somebody that I've known for a very long time, somebody that I am proud to say is one of our executive directors. She leads WAMTech Winter Park, and they are kicking butt and taking names, man. They're doing amazing things. Denise Parkhill is here today, and she's going to talk about the importance of creating a happy customer. She deals a lot with people's marketing and branding and helping them in all sorts of ways, shapes, and form, but she's going to talk about the most important steps that sometimes people forget. So Denise, tell everybody who you are and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Denise Parkhill, and I am the studio president. For 10 years, what my studio has done is we are a online digital and branding company, so we brand companies online. And for what we really focus on now is we create more traffic to your website, and of course we can convert to more leads through your website.
Okay, and what's the name of your company?
It's TCDG Studios.
Okay.
You're saying, ooh, TCDG, which is the Concept Design Group.
Okay, the Concept Design Group, TCDG. That is a tongue
Yes.
twister. Say that 10 times fast, and you will be a winner. No, thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited to
Yes.
learn more about your company. But what I thought was most unique and what I thought was most interesting about what you do is so many people come to me and they say, Kathleen, I want to talk about video marketing, or I want to learn how to use social media, or I want to learn how to create a powerful website, but they're missing the bigger boat. And when we were speaking, you shared several tips, several components about bringing it all together to create that brand that people are passionate about. What are some of those components that you were talking about?
Well, there's actually 4 components to a successful online campaign. And that's, number 1 is to attract. And that's, blogging, that's social media, that's SEO. That's converting, which is where landing pages and opt-ins come in. There's closing, and that's where email campaigns come in. And then there's delighting. And now the first 3, I'm sure if I do a great job today, I'll be happy to come back and talk about those. But really the most important is the 4th step in the delighting.
Okay, let's stop for just a second, because I think that is important, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job today, and I'm absolutely positive that you will come back. But I think that it's important to mention real quick that I see a lot of members in all the assessments that we do and all the coach calls that I do with our directors and our members, that they throw stuff out there. And what I have to teach them how to do, and I try and describe it, it's kind of like playing ping pong. Like, you've got to throw stuff out, but if nothing's coming back, you're wasting your time. You're just throwing stuff out.
It's called jello on the wall. That's what we call it. Just throw jello on the wall. As business owners, that's what we want to do, and hopefully something comes back.
And how effective do you think that is?
It's not at all.
Okay.
Yes, and usually that's when clients come to us and say, okay, we need your help.
Okay, so if you have jello on the wall, you need to give her a call, and you need to let Denise help you, which is amazing. And she predominantly works with small business or business owners, entrepreneurs
Yes.
in Central Florida, but you are capable of working with people nationwide, right?
Yes, we do actually have international client base, but we do require with our clients is we do spend a lot of time, whether in person or via Skype, but it is a person to person. Thank goodness for the internet and technology that we can provide our services out to Argentina, Canada, even the UK.
That's awesome. So you have a client in Argentina?
Yes.
That rocks, girlfriend. That is awesome. Terrific. Okay, now you were talking about step number 4 and how that's the most critical one, but that's also the one that people usually skip or forget about or don't create.
Absolutely. We spend, as business owners, we spend all of our money on the first 3, and that's attracting the customer and converting them to the client. But once they become a client, what happens is we kind of, oh, right, we already won them. Okay, we don't need to pay them any more attention, but the most vital is actually the delighting the customer and keeping them as a customer, because it actually costs 7 times more to attract a new customer than it does to keep an existing customer.
Okay, so if there's somebody that has a retention issue in their business,
Yes.
that people are coming in and they're continuing to go, and it's really interesting because a friend of mine, her father was a millionaire, and they had an amazingly successful company, and it was continuing to flourish. And one day at an event, and it was actually a birthday party of somebody, so it wasn't even a networking event, but anytime I'm around a millionaire, I'm going to pick their brains.
Yes.
Like, okay, now how did you do this? And he said you need to create a product that people need and that is reusable, that they have to buy over and over and over again. And if you do that, and if they have to purchase it over and over again, that's the key ingredient to building a successful, thriving business. Now, if you can make it a proprietary product, that makes it even better, because it's something that everybody's going to want and can't get from anybody else. So if somebody is watching today whether you have a proprietary product or you have a product that is a reusable product that people depend on monthly and have to get from you over and over and over again, or you have a service that you're just doing where you're offering a service every month, I think that's more important to work on your retention issue, because if they don't have to come back, you have to delight them to keep them there. So
absolutely.
If they have a retention problem, what are some of the things that you suggest to fix that?
Well, first of all, when I'm talking about brand, I'm not talking about your logo. Most people, when they say brand, they say, oh, I have a logo, I have stationery, I've got corporate identity. That is a piece of brand. But when I'm talking about brand, I'm talking about your culture, your brand culture. And to delight your customer, it first has to start from within, okay? We can help you create that culture, and we can help cultivate you and create that story and create that culture, but it really comes from the business owner. And it comes from the business owner hiring the right employees that actually believe in your culture, and empowering them to share that with their customers. Like, for example, I was at a restaurant about a year ago, and a great example of that. Now, this is a restaurant. There's competition across the street. The food is it's tasty. I enjoy eating there. But I had asked one of the servers, I said, wow, it came up in conversation. I was like, well, it must be tough being in the hospitality industry, having to work nights and weekends and working holidays, and you have a family. That must be a challenge for you.
Absolutely.
And, most people would probably say, yes, it is tough. But this server said, I don't mind working late. I don't mind coming in to cover for other people's shifts. I don't mind coming in to work for Thanksgiving. And the reason why is because the owners treat me so well, I don't mind. They work with me when my children are sick. They work with me so that I can change my schedule. They work with me so that I can do all of these things and still be a great mom. So if they need my help for me and come in for a few hours on Thanksgiving, I am more than happy to do that. Well, do you know, I went and I told the whole world that I knew their prices were a little bit more than their competition across the street, but that is where I go now, because I now truly believe in the culture that business has created, and I want to support that.
I think that is so huge, and you never really understand what message you're communicating to the public until you truly understand that it's everybody around you. It starts with the manager, and then it goes to the employees, and then it goes to the customers, and then it goes to the community. And I think that's huge. I have a story very similar that I blogged about, and I actually put the restaurant's name in it and then sent the restaurant the information. But we had one restaurant that was hosting our WOMTech meetings for a very long time, and the director's birthday was that day. And I said, do me a favor, can you I called the restaurant and said, can you deliver a birthday cake or a piece of cake to this director for her birthday and wish her a happy birthday? Now, I was totally perfectly capable and fine paying the $5 for the piece of cake, though honestly, I have to admit that I really thought the guy would give it to her for free, knowing that it was her birthday and that she had 40 people in the room that day. But he charged the director for the cake. So it's so funny how when you get into a situation where the person doesn't understand that what they do and how they react is going to change the whole culture about what everybody else does. Not that you want to give away your cake for free, but understand that what people are going to say, because I've never gone back to that restaurant.
And you never will go back. And and people in general, of course, we want to go online. We want to talk badly about a bad experience. But how many of us go and share about the positive experience in a positive way? And and that's something. We all want customers, of course. That's why we're here in business. But what if we had advocates?
Right.
What if we could create those advocates that were there sharing the positive things, that were there defending our, and telling everybody what a wonderful experience they had. And as business owners, part of your brand is to create the experience for the customer. It's about communicating with them, and it's about educating with them. A few years ago, here's another restaurant story. I'm sorry, we do like to go out and eat a lot. But anyway, a few years ago, we were at this was a high-end restaurant in a high-end resort that had just opened. It was a well-known restaurant, and so we made reservations. I had a wonderful experience. Called, they were like as accommodating as can be. When we sat down for our meal, the server was wonderful. I really enjoyed the bread. He said, let me send you home with some more bread so you can enjoy it with your family tomorrow. You know, I really enjoyed the mashed potatoes. He said, let me share the recipe with you so you can make this at home. Oh, but this place does. And you know, I expected it because I knew this was a special occasion restaurant. And it was a wonderful experience. And we were even looking at the private room and said, we're going to hold our Christmas party here. We're going to tell everybody about this wonderful. We were feeling so wonderful. It didn't matter what the check was at the end because the experience outweighed everything. So we're going out to the valet to get our car. And what happens is the valet goes, oh, I see you ate at so-and-so, because we had our bag of goodies to go. I see you ate at so-and-so. And then he goes, and I was with my parents, and he goes to my dad, and he rubs his round belly and says, and I can tell you really enjoyed yourself, didn't you? Well, in that 2-hour experience, what happened? We went from customer to advocate to never going back again. And that is a big mistake. And it was just a silly, tasteless joke. It was no intention, but just something that small. It's creating the experience the whole way. So something that small, we will never go back. We will never, if anybody ever wants to go, we're just like, no, let's try another restaurant, you know. So it's something that business owners don't always realize that how important that is.
You know, I think that that's so true. And one of the things that I teach when we do our business assessments and calls is, have you shopped your business? Have you shopped your competition? You know, have you really gone through the whole experience? Because we do grow blinders on so many different things in our business. We do not realize, you know, the one person that can make the silly joke that can kill it, that can kill that transaction, that sale. And if you work so hard to get people to come in, you don't want to lose them because of some comedian that you have. You know, everybody thinks they're a comedian. You know, they're a dime a dozen, but they're all really out of business. Unemployed, you know, or doing ballet, which is crazy. So what do you think? So delighting the customer, making sure that the experience is phenomenal, making sure that you're delivering what you need them to deliver is so critical. Other than being kind to your employees, what can we do to help deliver that brand? Like, we want to be this. How do we become that?
Well, what most don't realize is brand is a creative part, but there is a very strategic, very scientific part to that part of brand. And what we do with clients is we identify their personas of their clients. I'm not necessarily saying what are your target markets, because you know you may want attorneys, but I want to know everything about that persona. I want to know, are they married? Are they divorced? Are they a parent, grandparent? Are they single? What's their education level? And you know, companies have more than one persona. And when you're portraying your message, and you know, you're doing the first 3 steps, the attracting, you know, those are very important to bringing those down the funnel to get them to be a client. And so that's a part when we're talking about Jello against the wall. These clients probably don't know who their personas are. You know, when they're saying, oh, I'll take anybody with money. No, let's clean the Jello off the wall. Let's not throw it out there, and let's target it specifically to who your personas are.
Okay. So you're not only communicating effectively, but so you're also making sure that you know who you're targeting, you know who you're going after, because all too often what we do is we, like you said, throw it up against the wall and hope something sticks at the end of the day. But you have to know what is a good lead for you. What are you working on this week? Who do you want to connect with this week? How are you going to cultivate that relationship to take it from a cold lead to a warm lead to a retained client, you know, for a lifetime, and a referral partner for a lifetime, which is so important. So if you don't know what your persona is, if you don't know who you're going after and who you want to connect with, she may be a good person for you to call. And lucky for you today, she's got several gifts that she's going to give away. So Denise, why don't you tell everybody what you're giving if somebody connects with you, the first 3 people that connect with you.
The first 3 people, our website is www.tcdgstudios.com. the first people to actually go to our website, in the top corner, you'll see an orange button, and it says request a consultation. If you select that, fill out the information, and put WOMTech Live into the field, we will give the first 3 people a free analysis of their personas. So we will actually help walk you through and create your personas.
Okay. And if you're not watching this today, let's just say you logged in onto our YouTube channel at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, tomorrow, the next day, whatever it may be. If you're not watching this today, reach out to her anyways, because a lot of the people that watch us don't actually watch us WOMTech live. So you might want to just take the chance, because you could still be a winner. So don't say you lost if you haven't even tried, because it doesn't hurt to give it a shot. So once again, give them your website.
www.tcdgstudios.com.
Okay, check it out, because I know she offers a ton of fantastic information, products, goods, and services. If you haven't stopped by and visited the WOMTech Winter Park chapter, or if you're coming to Orlando this summer on vacation, stop by her chapter. Write off your trip, make it a business trip, and send your kids to Park Avenue. They'll have fun, trust me, I promise. Go have lunch, they can go get ice cream, and it's a win-win situation for the whole entire family. So Denise, thank you so much for being here today. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. I look forward to watching our members build their persona, build their brand, and acknowledge the fact that it's not about a logo, it's not about a postcard, it's not about a website, it's about the experience. It's about the message that you're trying to communicate, the experience that people have, and understanding that retaining your clients is so much more important than just gaining new clients. So thank you, it was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.